Hi, I'm Jen Hilman. Thanks for joining me today. And today we are looking at another video in our series for relaxation. Yes. So we have 5 videos in our series. This is number 5. I hope you've been following along with us. And today I've got a really great relaxing sequence planned for you to help you reduce your stress, reduce your anxiety and depression, and help you just feel more comfortable and relaxed in your own skin. Does that sound pretty good? I think so. So go ahead and favorite this video, give it a thumbs up, add it to your list of favorites so you can come back and follow along with me. And if you are brand new to YOGATX, go ahead and subscribe to our channel so you can get access to all of our videos in the relaxation series. And we are going to start today on the floor. So find a spot where you can be comfortable and have plenty of space around you while we practice. And we will go ahead and get started. So thanks for joining me today. All right. All right, so we're going to start our practice today in child's pose. There's actually a couple of different ways you can do child's pose, so I'm going to give you the option based on what you need for your body. So one way is to bring your knees close together and fold your body forward from here. This will give you a nice opportunity to stretch through your low back and your hips. So if that's an area that you need to stretch out, you can do that. Another option would be to spread your knees a little bit wider apart. And then as you fold forward, you can nestle your ribs in between your legs. And this allows you to get a little deeper stretch into your hips. So if your hips are tight, this might be a better option for you. So wherever you are today, whatever your needs are, just find the pose that suits your body the best. Let yourself fold forward and bring your forehead down to the mat. And extend your fingertips forward. And we'll just be here for a few cycles of breath. Let your breath be deep and fluid as you rest in this pose. Child's pose is a very relaxing posture. The entire focus in this pose is taking your awareness inward. So in our lives, when we become stressed, it's often because of outside factors, things that are stimulating our nervous system and causing us to feel a lot of stress or anxiety. But child's pose is an opportunity for us to kind of shut out the outside world and just get alone with our own self. So as you rest in this pose at the beginning of our practice today, I invite you to just think about that. Create a safe space for yourself right now while we practice. And this is your time. This is your opportunity to really relax and give some of your precious energy back to your own self. I'll invite you now to roll your forehead from right to left, gently massaging your forehead along the floor. This can gently help you to massage out any stress in your furrowed brow. So just gently rolling your head from side to side, massaging out any tension in your forehead. And then we'll slowly come back to center. Reach your fingertips as far forward as you can. Lift your gaze to look between your hands. Then we will slide forward onto your belly. So you come all the way down onto your belly. And line up your hands underneath your shoulders, just in line with your chest. We're going to do a Cobra Pose. So zip up your legs behind you, almost like a nice cobra tail. And then we will lift our shoulder bones up towards the sky. As you inhale, peel your heart away from the mat. Lift through your gaze and curl your chest up. So the idea here is not to scrunch your shoulders up to your ears and straighten your elbows, because this isn't very good for your shoulders and neck, and it's also not very good for your low back. So it's better to stay closer to the floor. Roll your shoulders away from your ears so your neck is nice and long. You could even do an experiment and lift your hands away from the mat so you see that your upper back is really doing the work. Okay, so let's take one more inhale, lifting your heart up using the strength of your upper back. And then we'll exhale and fold down, just release all the way to the floor. And then again, let's lift. Roll your shoulders up and back. Inhale as you peel your heart up, using the strength of your back. And exhale as you gently return to the earth. We'll go one more time. Shoulders up and back. Peeling your chest up, curling your heart forward. And exhale to release it down. All right, from here, lift your heart up and bring your right forearm down to the floor, perpendicular or parallel to your shoulders. So your forearm comes straight across. Okay, so you can just kind of prop yourself up this way. Then bend your left knee and reach back with your left hand to press your heel towards your hip. So you're giving yourself a nice stretch in your left quadricep here. So your knee might not bend as much as mine, it might not stretch as much as me, but that's okay. I've been doing this a long time. Just stretch to whatever edge feels good for your body. Okay, now from here, holding onto your foot, start to kick your foot back into your hand, but create resistance with your hand. So you're resisting, you're pushing your foot away, but your arm is not going to let it go. For 3, 2, 1. Release the pressure and stretch again. So we'll try that again. Kick your foot into your hand, resist with your hand. So you're going to feel your quadriceps fire. It's going to feel strong and powerful. Kick into your hand as hard as you can and release. You can take that stretch just a little bit deeper. We'll do it one more time. 3rd time's a charm. Kick your foot back into your hand as hard and strong as you can, but don't let it. Keep resisting with your hand. Kick, kick, kick as hard as you can. And release the pressure. And take that stretch as deep as you can. One more time. And then gently release your left foot down. And bring your left arm in place of your right arm. So we'll do the other side. Bend your right knee, reaching for your foot, and just stretch. And our first opening stretch as much as it can until you really feel those muscles stretching. Feels good. Don't push yourself too hard. Okay, and then we'll start to create that resistance. Kick your foot into your hand, but resist with your hand so you're activating the muscle fibers in your quadriceps, building a little strength, creating that resistance. For 3, 2, 1. Release and take that quad stretch just a little bit deeper. And we'll try it again. Kick your foot into your hand, resist with your hand, building strength as you go. Stay with it. Kick hard as you can. And release. Really makes a difference. You can really stretch a lot farther after you create that resistance. So we'll try it one more time for our maximum stretch. Kick your leg back as much as you can. Really resist as strong as you can. Kick it, kick it, kick it. And release. Nice. Good work. You got it. It feels great. Just giving yourself a nice stretch. Okay, and then gently release that right foot down. And again, we're just going to press ourselves back to child's pose. So bringing your hands underneath your chest. Lift up. Shift your hips back over your heels. And let your forehead come down towards the floor. Again, remember there are a couple of different options for how you get into this child's pose. I encourage you to just find the stretch, find the posture that supports your body and what you need today. All right, so let's move into a downward facing dog. So reach your fingertips forward, root your hands down onto the earth, shift your weight forward. So you come into a little tabletop position, tuck your toes underneath you and start to lift your hips up and back, finding that downward facing dog. You can pedal your knees right and left, especially in the beginning of our practice. It's great to just stretch it out and allow a little bit of movement in here. Stretching, stretching, always breathing. Just moving our bodies in a way that feels supportive and relaxing. Take some deep breaths in your downward facing dog. I know this can be a challenging pose, but just allow yourself to find a place where you can feel restful. And slowly and gently start to walk your feet forward towards the top of your mat. So you can go nice and easy, slowly walking your feet towards your hands. And you can bend your knees as much as you need to let your upper body really, truly relax over your legs. Another thing I like to do is grab opposite elbows, kind of adds a little weight to the pose. And just hang out here so I can really feel my spine stretching. Let your head relax down so the crown of your head drops down towards the floor. It's just a really great way to stretch open your back body. Release tension that gets built up along our spine, neck, shoulders, hips, SI joint, all that stuff. So then gently release your hands back down to the floor. Bend your knees and we're going to sit all the way down. Then just find yourself in a comfortable seat here on the floor. You can find a comfortable cross-legged position, anything that feels supportive for you. We're going to take a little twist in our spine. So reach your right hand across to your left knee, and your left fingertips behind you. Lift up nice and tall through your spine, and let's twist towards the left. So the more you can sit up straight, the more space you can create to get a little deeper into your twist. And keep drawing your right shoulder around. And then we'll switch to the other side, bringing your left hand across to your right knee. Your right fingertips to the floor behind you. Lift up nice and tall and twist. Sometimes when I'm doing these nice seated twists, I might get a little snap or crack or pop in my spine. I'm not trying intentionally to pop my joints, but sometimes just getting that movement in there just allows some things to shift and move around. Feels really nice to create that space in my body. And then we'll come back to center, coming all the way around. All right, so from here, let's go ahead and lie all the way down onto your back. Hug both knees in towards your chest. So you feel a deep compression into your hip joints, just squeezing your knees in. Try and bring your feet exactly side by side instead of stacking one on top of the other. So this will help you keep your hips balanced. All right. And then stack your knees over your hips, just like you were sitting in a little chair. And open your arms out to the side like a big letter T. And let both knees lower all the way to the left side. So you're going to get a nice twist in your spine again, but this time we're in a reclining position. And again, let yourself take some deep breaths here as you relax into this twist. And then we'll slowly come back through center. Stacking your knees over your hips. Lower your legs over towards the right. And don't be surprised if the sensation is different from one side to the other. It's very rare that we will have tension in both sides of our body in the same way. Oftentimes we are imbalanced in that sense. There's more tightness in one place or the other, on one side or the other. So there's no need to judge your experience, but just notice. Notice the sensations as they arise. And let your breath help you to stay calm and relaxed. And we'll slowly come all the way back to center. And again, hug your knees in towards your chest, giving yourself a little squeeze, loving your body, loving yourself for taking this time to practice today. And gently release your legs down. Let your feet come all the way down to the floor. And let yourself come into this final resting pose of Savasana. So this is a very important part of our practice where we assimilate all the information from our previous poses. This is where your body really integrates all the work that you've done. Not to mention that it's so valuable for us as individuals to take time to stop all the noise and chatter and chaos of our lives and to just be still and quiet. There's nothing that you need to do right now. There's nowhere that you need to be. besides right here, spending these few quality moments with yourself. You're worth it. You deserve it. And when we take time to get centered and connected with our own self, when we take time to truly relax, it nourishes our mind and it nourishes our spirit so that we can go into our lives and tackle all of life's challenges with more clarity and more peace of mind. So take this opportunity to give yourself thanks for setting aside this time for you. You didn't have to do it, but you chose to. Good job. And you're welcome to stay here and relax for as long as you need. And whenever you're ready, you can roll yourself onto one side and gently press yourself up to a comfortable seat. Thank you for sharing in this practice with me today. Thank you for letting me be your guide. I hope that through this series of yoga practices that you will find a path to deeper relaxation, greater peace of mind, and more happiness and well-being overall. So thank you for joining me and sharing with me today. If you haven't already, favorite this video so you can come back and practice again soon, and subscribe to the YOGATX channel. We've got tons of new videos coming out all the time, and I know you don't want to miss anything. Please visit my website, jenhilman.com, to stay up to date with me and all of my latest adventures and endeavors. Lots of good stuff planned for this year, and I'd love to share it with you. Thank you so much. I hope you're feeling awesome. Leave your comments below. I'd love to hear from you. Just a little bit deeper. Notice how the stretch changes. Where do you feel it the most? Send your breath to that place. And we'll slowly come all the way back up.